Hi there, you guys. This is Tina with Reseller Mom, and you'll notice my name down below says Tina, the Keepa Guru, which I'm not really. I just like to make up funny names. And I almost put on my name today that Tina's not wearing pajamas. But anyway, today Reseller Mom and I are going to deep dive into Keepa and how we can use Keepa to find either items to sell, items to buy. You can flip items on eBay. Keepa's got some really cool features in there. How are you today, Reseller Mom?
I am doing
It's
good.
got some really.
There we go. Hold on. Okay. Are we good?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry, setting up Facebook over here so that I can see comments and stuff like that, making sure everything's muted. I am doing good. It's Friday, TGIF.
Friday.
And, I know there's been a lot of things going on, but just some updates. The other day when we were live and I got a notification from Chase, that was a fraud. So thank goodness I didn't click on the link. And then my son's graduation party is tomorrow, and half my family has COVID. So we've been in that storm. I am negative, though, and so is my son. But my husband's getting better, and my daughter is still in quarantine.
Yes,
But
that's just the gift that always keeps on giving, and it's one
mhm,
that we don't want.
I know. So it's been a rough week. But I'm ready. I have learned so much from Tina in Keepa and all of the things it offers you. And really, if people were to ask me what software do you want first, I would always say Inventory Lab primarily, and then probably a bookkeeping software well, I can't say GoDaddy anymore, but I use QuickBooks. You use Xero, something like that. But then the next thing I would highly, highly recommend is Keepa, because the graphs will help you out, help you make buying decisions, and there's just so much to Keepa that really isn't talked about. I'm kind of surprised that it's not more, that you don't see as much out there with sourcing on how to use it. So
Yes.
I'm excited to
I
be
will
here.
say, yeah, and I want to say hello to the people in the chat. I see you over there, and
I can shout the names out.
yes, I see you, and I want to acknowledge you.
We've got Marina, Cynthia, Kaji, Wendy, Angela, and Karen over on Facebook. Good morning, guys. And might be double names, or you might have done the permissions. We got a couple people over here that names are now showing up. So I think you're allowed to give permissions to have your name
Yeah,
show
I
up.
think they have to select permission when they click the link, is how I think it works. So for some of you, we see your names, such as Karen and Angela and Wendy. Good morning. The others, I just see you as Facebook user.
Yeah.
As you guys know, June has been, from the beginning, our online arbitrage challenge month. And the goal was for everybody to find one new item a day to sell, or 7 a week. That was our goal with doing this June online challenge. And so today we are at the Keepa portion of this challenge. It will be hard to keep it into an hour because there's just so much behind the scenes of Keepa. We're not going to go so much over reading the graph. We can look at one item just to quickly go over that, because I feel most people already know how to use that part of Keepa. We are going to go in the back ends of Keepa, the secret places that not everybody knows even exists.
Yes. And that is part where I did not know it exists. And we were sourcing one day, and Tina's like, let's take this store and reverse run it through Keepa. I'm like, what are you talking about? And just blew my mind. And if you're looking for more leads, or if you're looking for processing more data, this will, that's why we don't do tactical arbitrage, because we can find so much data just using Keepa and stuff that we don't have time to process anymore.
Yeah, and that was also part of this challenge, was to, and not that there's anything wrong with all these other tools. They're all great. Pick one, use it, master it, right? But part of this challenge was also for people to be able to do Amazon on a budget, meaning that you didn't need to have all the tools. You didn't need to have all the expensive software, but you definitely want basic things, like Keepa, and Keepa's quite affordable and can do a lot of things. Lucy's
Yes.
kind of far away, so I thought I'll get close, like
I
Lucy.
know I can't back up my camera. It's always I'd have to like scoot way back. Anyhow, one of these days I'll figure that out, but it's like really low on my list. I have my to-do list is very, very long. Okay,
All
so
right, well, I'm
you're
going to
gonna
blow up my
turn off his
screen.
settings, right?
Yes, I'm going to blow up my screen, so I'm not going to be able to see the chat because I'm always using a laptop when I do YouTube lives with Lucy. So I'm a little square, so I have to blow up to see the whole screen so I can help guide Lucy through doing some of the things in Keepa.
All right, and I
So,
think I'm gonna get rid of our faces anyways on the screen. Just blow this up so that people can see it as big as I can make it there. And
yeah,
I'm
so
also I can only see the StreamYard. So if you're on Facebook and I only see Facebook user. So apologies if I don't use your name.
yes. And
Okay.
I believe on this page, on the Keepa tab, we want to go up to the box up above that says data.
I
Data.
thought we were gonna go over the back end or the settings
Okay.
really quick.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, definitely do that.
The only thing that I would point out to the viewers is down here is display the stock quantity.
Yes.
And make note that this only works on Chrome, Chrome, Firefox, and Edge. By the way, the Microsoft Explorer is going away permanently, so I would suggest everybody switch over to Chrome. It just works with everything so much better. But stock quantities, this allows me to see other people's stock quantities when I am searching on Amazon. And it's just a setting, you just got to go turn it on. And then you can pause the video and see my other settings. There's nothing else really you can track for so many years, or I don't know, there's other things in here, but I don't really, that's the one that I always make sure people have that setting to yes so they can see the stock quantities. All right, you want me to go to data?
Yes. Data, potato.
Okay.
All right. So this is just one of the areas in the back end of Keepa. And this is a really exciting, powerful area. So if you were to scroll down this page where we can access, and you could read all these little things later in your free time, but this is what we're going to go through and do. So you'll scroll down to where we can actually input. Hold on, I may have to exit full screen. Product finder, product viewer, up at the top, let's see, product finder. Yes, I want you to click on product finder.
There we go.
It's just taking a minute to load because we're live.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. Now on this page, this is where we can sort and filter things that we're going to look for on Keepa. Now we don't have to fill in every single thing. It's just that Keepa allows you to search so many things and in so many ways. But today we're going to search as if we're trying to find, say, a product for flipping. And so what I like to do, and you can choose whatever you want. I mean, it's a tool to play with and have fun with it, right? So on sales rank on this top row, I like to scroll over to the 90-day average, which is that third one in. Right there. And I like to choose a sales rank in this, each category has different sales ranks, but we're going to, for today's purposes, we're going to do 5,000 to 150,000 in rank.
I think it's important to talk for 2 seconds on why you're choosing that. And that's because typically the stuff that's under 5,000 is really difficult to find, or it's private label, or it's, Amazon's on it. It's just, it's difficult for those that are doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage to get for a price that's going to be profitable. And then anything over 150,000, it's not going to move very many units, period.
Okay. And then on Amazon, that next option,
Mm-hmm.
I usually like Amazon to be out of stock. Now, you can leave it with Amazon in stock because Amazon does compete on a lot of listings. But today I want to find products that Amazon is not selling. Before we keep going down, I do want to point out, at the very bottom and to the right, you don't have to move your screen any. You can see where it says in a blue box, your current filter matches over 16 million products. So you see, as we're going down and filling out these rows that pertain to what we're looking for, you will start seeing that product drop to a smaller and smaller amount, which is what you want. Who wants to filter 16 million products? I don't have time to do that in a day, right? All right, so we're going to scroll down and for today, huh?
What is your target?
What
What?
my target? I
Well,
just like I just like to get that number, pretty low. If it, let's say it's 500 or even 10,000, 16 million is just way too many. Now scrolling down, I like to keep scrolling down because we're not going to fill out any of these rows. Stop there so I can see where we're at. Warehouse deals, refurbished, buy box. Okay, so on the buy box price, we want to do that 90-day average again. And so this will be the dollar amount that you're trying to find items, what they're going for. So or is this the average or dollar amount?
It says buy box.
Dollar amount?
Yeah,
okay,
dollar
so
amount.
let's do $20 to, let's say, $69.
Okay.
And then we can scroll down a little more. Refurb it and see. Now, we're not going to do this today, but see how you can see if something is used or eBay new or eBay used. These are great if you're an eBay seller, maybe wanting to do an Amazon buy to even or eBay, Amazon flips, what things are going for on eBay. So eBay sellers who are also Amazon sellers can use that row as you're playing around with it. Today, we're not going to, but I wanted to point that out. All right, so we're going to scroll down to the area below. Okay, so root category. This is very, very important where it says root category. Root category is the section of Amazon, the category that we're wanting to search. So maybe you are someone who's now looking for beauty items because now you're ungated in, let's say, beauty and topicals. Maybe you're someone who's not ungated and you're a newer seller and you know that maybe the arts, crafts, and sewing category is less likely to have products that are gated. So this root category allows you to select that category on Amazon. So, and then you'll see in parentheses next to these names, so where Lucy is highlighted over, you'll see parentheses. That's how many products are on Amazon in that exact category. So that gives you an idea of what is ranking number one and what's the last ranking item. And that helps you in your search criteria. So you can pick any of these categories. I don't really care which we pick.
That's really important because when people say, what rank will you go to, purchasing wise, and in clothing, I will go to a much higher rank because clothing has oodles of things in it.
Yes.
Versus baby products has significantly less. So you're going to want to have a tighter rank. Same with grocery, and even when you get into electronic stuff, that's even got more going on to it because you need to pay attention to which products are on the outs in terms of newer versions. If you're doing cell phone cases, when a new phone comes out, new cell phone cases will, obviously rank better than the older ones, but it just, each category is going to have different parameters. Where do you want me to go today? Did you want me to do beauty or you want me to do
whatever your heart desires? It doesn't matter to me. I will point out that I saw books on there. So for people who are thrift store book shopper flippers, I mean, that could be a great area to try to give yourself a shopping list of books to be on the lookout for. I mean, there's just so many ideas that you can use this for. Now, if you should want to, for today, we're not going to, you can choose subcategories. In text fields where that says title, let's say that we picked beauty. Okay, personal beauty. Let's say that we were specifically looking for cover girl or Maybelline, and we are hoping that that word is in the title, you would put that keyword in there, because you'll see down at the bottom it's going to look one product. So I would take CoverGirl out of there. And now in that blue box is where I'm referring. Once Lucy took that out, you see our number jumped up to 127,000 products. So that's we've really narrowed it down from that ridiculous number that we had in the beginning.
Uh-oh.
Oops, you
I
already
hit
hit
enter.
Oh no. That's
No.
okay. So we didn't get to finish going down the
No. Can I hit back button? Will that work?
No.
Is it gonna kill everything?
I think it killed everything.
Oh, that won't take long. Apologies, Tina.
It's okay. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to everyone you're wasting their time. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, without the chat, it's hard to know what people are saying. But
I don't think anybody's saying anything. It's quiet on my end, but I don't know if it's just not feeding. What
yeah,
else did we pick? Amazon out of stock.
I like Amazon to be out of stock. That's right.
Yeah. And then
there was price category.
Yeah, right here. We said,
and since it's makeup, since you chose beauty and possibly CoverGirl and stuff is going to be in there, maybe we could lower that to $10 to there you go.
Okay. 182. So we went from 127 to 182.
There you go.
Okay.
Then you already had your root category. Okay, so now from here, if we wanted to, you could choose in this area where you see manufacturers is one of, and then there's a area where you can put manufacturer or brand. It's generally brand. So if you are really, again, trying to find, what if you chose, hit the drop down deal where it says brand. Does it give you options of brands, or do we type it in? Oh, is one of.
You can either include it or not.
Yeah,
not include it.
That's right. So, which is good. Like if you want to weed out a brand that you know is one that gives IP complaints, you could put is not one of. If you want brands that you're specifically looking for, like you might want to exclude Tree Hut, but you might want to include, CoverGirl. What happens if you type in CoverGirl? What does it?
Oh, you get a drop down. Let's see here.
I can't really see that on my laptop. Yeah. It's small for me, but do you see name brands there?
Yeah, and they have CoverGirl as one
and
name.
What's awesome about that, it has in parentheses how many items of that name brand are in there. Now, another thing I want to point out, you may find name brands in this drop down that you never heard of, and that may open up a new rabbit trail for you to start looking for that particular brand.
So they had CoverGirl both in one word and two words. So cover Space Girl and cover.
That's right. It's probably how the listing got made. Remember in our one video where we talked about IKEA and how they spelt IKEA like with all capital letters, or maybe they had IKEA Inc., whatever it was with the IKEA, because sometimes people, the way they made the listing, it's the way they spelt it, or it's the way they got around getting Amazon to approve them to make the listing. So it's probably more than likely both still CoverGirl. But you see our filter matches now only brings up 121 products.
So if you know that Walgreens is doing a sale on CoverGirl right now, this would be a good search. The other thing to kind of note is when people make new brands, and let's say CoverGirl really doesn't want the space, it's just one word and that's how the brand likes it, but other sellers are making listings with the space, the brand may be going after these. So pay attention to IP things and how many sellers are on there, etc.
So you could either keep this on there, that you could take off CoverGirls. We have lots of things to look at. It doesn't matter, but what matters is for people to learn how to use these features here in Keepa. So now we're back up to 182,000 products. So you see how that can change and lower what it's going to spit back out at you. Now on offer counts. For the offer counts, I usually like the new offer count to be between 3 and 10 sellers. The reason I do this is that that is not a lot of competition, one. And number two, if there's only one seller on the item, more often than not, it's because the brand themselves is selling this product. And so that could be a huge red flag. That could be, when you get these IP complaints, maybe Amazon automatically ungates you in this, but it is registered and owned by that brand. And now you're being hit with an IP complaint. Sometimes there are bundlers that throw in an obscure item into a bundle, even though they have it listed under a brand and they're the only seller on it. You missed that obscure item, but you thought, hey, this is CoverGirl that I'm getting from Walmart, and now you're hit with an IP complaint. So I like there to be more than one seller on a listing when I'm searching this way. And I like our products is now we're down to 25,000 people, our products down at the bottom. Okay, so in this area, you can, how it says buy box seller, you see we have it defaults to all. I don't want Amazon to be on there, so I'm going to choose third party sellers. If I have certain competition that I'm looking for, I could copy and paste their seller ID in there. That's what that box is for. Now, Keepa has updated some of their search criteria down in this area, which is really cool. So some of these are different than what I used to look for. If I was looking to flip products, I may change things in here differently. Obviously, we're looking for a physical product, so I would uncheck where it says digital product.
Probably not a whole lot of digital products in beauty.
Right. What I really like is this feature didn't used to be on here over, I think this is 2 years ago I learned how to do this, but this variation didn't used to be on there. So I love that you can now pull all variations on a listing. So if we have CoverGirl eyeshadow, they might have 15 different colors on that listing. So I certainly want, for this case scenario, to see all these variations. And price changes, I'm not so concerned about that unless I'm looking for something to go down in price because I'm wanting to buy it to flip it or I'm wanting to buy it for personal use. And going down,
would you want to use this during Q4 sometimes? There might be a scenario there.
Possibly, that's why I say that this section of Keepa is so powerful. There's so many ways to use it.
Yeah.
And so if you just play with it, you'll see what kind of things you can get spit back out at you. Like look at this 90 days out of stock percentage, especially if you're dealing with Amazon going in and out of stock on a certain ASIN that maybe you're watching and you're trying to watch this product. You could use that line for that reason. Again, it's just so powerful. The sales rank drops. I mean, that's a good section right there because we want, products that are moving. And so that's something that you could put in there. But for reviews, I would want to put reviews as 1 to 30. The reason why I want reviews to be 1 to 30 is you can often sell 100 products before you even get one review on that product. So if there's only one review on a product, that item could be selling very well already. 30 reviews, I mean, that item's selling like hotcakes. So just remember, reviews is very different than the amount of sales. It takes a lot of sales to get your first review. Now, what is this next area? Availability of the Amazon offer. So no Amazon offer exists. I like that. Amazon offer is in stock and shippable. I don't want that for today. Amazon offers pre-order. I also don't want that. Back order, delayed. Like, I just think I don't want an Amazon offer to be on there at all. I would probably uncheck that one. Okay. The FBA pick and pack fee. Now, this could be important. What it's makeup, so nothing's going to be heavy, but what if we're looking for items that could possibly be a bit heavier? And now we're talking about Amazon eating up our fees because their pick and pack fees are outrageous, and we all know that as sellers. So most makeup items are more than likely going to be first class. But if we were looking for more expensive items and our search criteria was, say, $20 to a $300, we would want to make sure that our pick and pack fees, were as low as maybe $5 up to, could be up higher than our $20 low price cost of item that we're buying because we have our range 20 to 300. But this is where that pick and pack fee could be very important for weeding out items that are more than likely not going to be profitable. Let's see. And that's where you could also put in your package dimensions or package weight, these kind of things you maybe want to weed out items that are heavy. So these are good for that reason. Where you see one-time coupon, that isn't so much for us finding products, but great for if we want to buy stuff or flip stuff. Because oftentimes there's a seller in there who has a whole bunch in stock and they're offering coupons to buy the item. So if we're wanting, this one-time coupon to be quite high, that could be a great Amazon to eBay flip. And then same with subscribe and save. Sometimes that's great for personal use and even Amazon to Amazon flips, because with some of these subscribe and save coupons, you get a discount. And if you shop on Amazon as well as sell on Amazon, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Down below, map.
We're at the end here, so.
And Prime eligible, trade-in eligible, those things. You maybe want to turn off the adult product unless you're selling in the sexual wellness. I doubt makeup is an adult product. So none of these really matter. You can leave them all on if you'd like to. We are now down to 1,654 products in our little blue box over there. And I think we're good to push the Find Products button now.
Are you sure?
Yes. Final answer.
Final answer.
Now, Keepa is scrubbing Amazon for our criteria. Bam. We now have a list to look through. The downside of looking through these lists, as comparing it to if you're using a site like Tactical Arbitrage is pulling this information from a given site like Walgreens. We're not pulling this from any site except Amazon. So this would now be a reverse sourcing list. You now have a list of items that met the criteria that you were looking for. And these are good sellers. All of this is true. And now we can take a look at these items and kind of scroll through there if we see something that, hey, like I see one down at the bottom that is Urban Decay, and that might be something that I might try to reverse source to see, can I buy it cheap enough to profit? I already know this item sells well. At the top, they do have advanced filters on this chart you see above. And you can also download this list, I think. But export. So what is in that advanced filter? I'm just curious what we have to choose. I don't remember. Oh, it took us back to there. Okay. So if you just choose, so it allows you to add to tweak your criteria. So now we
picked it. So instead of hitting the back button, I should have picked that.
Yep. Now we know. So let's just click on that Urban Decay for fun down there at the bottom. And now it takes us right to the Keepa chart where we can see this listing. We could pull it up on Amazon if we wanted to. And now here also at the top of Keepa, you can, choose our find related deals if you had wanted. But this is a great way to kind of reverse source products that you can now go online and see if you can find them for a profit. And this is just one of the many tricks that are in Keepa.
just showing people that we could.
Now, oftentimes, Urban Decay's website and Sephora's website offer deals on Urban Decay makeup. Look at Nordstrom Rack had some up. I don't know if it was that color, but it was at $10.97 at Nordstrom Rack. Urban Decay could be a totally unrelated product, though.
Nordstrom doesn't want to load.
Yeah, but I think people get the idea of what we're trying to do here.
Yep.
And then you reverse somebody's store in on Amazon through Keepa as well. But let's X out of this and see if we have any questions or comments on what we've done here.
We had Wendy say she had an aha moment. Thank you. And Craig Lenshark Picker says, good morning. Good morning. And for those who have not gone over and subscribed to Tina's channel, please go subscribe to her YouTube channel. And any likes, thumbs ups would be appreciated.
Has anyone ever used Keepa to do this before? I don't know. I'd like to know if you find it helpful and if you would like to learn another trick of as far as going through somebody's store through Keepa.
We do have one question. And yeah, I'm bringing up a store right now for us.
Okay.
Oops. Did I click?
And make sure you're logged out of your Amazon.
Yeah. Fixing that up over here. We've got PM Porter says how to filter out the large heavy. I can show that real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me show this again. Back when we were doing this, when you do the filter, it was
towards the bottom.
Yeah, it was towards the bottom. Sometimes Control F works better, but I don't know what's in my box.
And as you guys use this feature here in Keepa for personal use, you'll just find that you can play around with your settings.
Okay, so what I did was I went to Urban Decay. I picked a seller. I put Recommerce because, hey, sounds like a RA person to me. They have 104,000 ranks, so they're pretty good. And we can visit their store. Okay. Are you just wanting me to grab their seller?
No, you don't have to. You can actually click it by doing one of their products. So actually click that super goop or whatever, or any product. It doesn't matter that they have. Now, you click their store.
That's where I was.
Let's see if I have this. It's so weird when I'm not doing it myself. Yeah, just go back to the store front, and so we can see their name on Keepa. So we can, wherever they are in the Keepa. Why is it so difficult? It's like when I click around, it's always.
I know, it's one of those like natural things when you're trying to do
when you're doing it yourself. Let me. I'm going to go over to.
I thought it was you took your marketplace ID.
That you possibly could do that too. I've never done it that way, but try it.
Where do I go here?
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. I was on a Keepa chart myself, so I could see how I click buttons.
Oh, I'm just going to go from a fresh Keepa here.
You're looking under data. Then you're doing product finder. And then there was a seller ID on here, but I've never searched somebody's store that way.
Well, okay. Tell me how you went.
Well, that's what I was. I can't remember. I have to go. I can't.
Okay, don't click.
So in the meantime, while I am looking, if you want to go share your screen back in Keepa, there are other tabs at the top that you can look at if you want to pull your screen back up. And then that way it gives me time to go over. So up at the top, you will see there's a deals tab, the little there where you can see current deals that are going on Amazon. And you can also find product ideas here, and then there's ways to sort it off on the side. And you see a lot of these are now out of stock. Now, those Dots pretzels, for instance, I see those every time I go grocery shopping. So why are they out of stock? Were they a good seller? Can I profit off of them? This is where my mind goes when I'm looking through Keepa this way. So while you guys take a look, let me go over how to scrub someone's store.
Hold on. I did it. I just popped in their seller ID. There's another way to do it, but anyhow, this is that seller, what they're selling. I just did the in the filter, all I did was put it in there for seller ID.
Okay.
But I know the way you're talking about. I can't remember where the button is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this is all the things that particular seller is selling. So when we've talked about going through another seller's store that maybe sells a lot of the same items that you do, and you're pretty sure you recognize the store that they're getting it from, perhaps it's Target branded items or items that you see all the time at Target, you can use Keepa to go through their store and see what their better selling items are, and also reverse source and possibly find some new products to sell yourself. And it does take a lot of clicking and pasting and searching. I understand that. I understand that it's not pulling data right from a particular site that you're shopping on, but it really does expand your mind to think about some other products that are maybe out there, something that you've maybe never even thought of before.
Shit. Oh, sorry, I'm clicking. So Yaha says this only works if they're getting the buy box. No, we're reverse sourcing their store, but you are correct. Like, they may or may not be getting the buy box from these items. That's true. That's why you still need to go in, because you can see that they're selling, that they're in there, but you don't know what what it's selling for. You can have something for sale and not make any sales. Definitely.
And also in Keepa, there's a button at the top that is a bell, and it says track, where this track feature is very helpful if you
like on this page or in
no, when you're actually in your Keepa, when you're in the back end of Keepa where we are searching things, there's that little bell that says track up there. It's next to your deal, the little suitcase box that you clicked. It's at the top where it says Keepa. In the far left corner, track right there where that bell is.
Honey, I do not. Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah. All you have to do is click this track button. And in here, I have used this track feature for my private label items. So you can use it if you're just tracking a product that you're trying to watch. But let's say that I have made, what I call my poor man's private label, an unregistered branded item that I want to make sure nobody's jumping on my listing. Well, I can track my product. And there is criteria in there that allows me to say, notify me if there is, so many sellers on this item. Excuse me.
Where is it from here? Because that button didn't.
Do track product right. When you search that product and you were on the Keepa thing.
Yeah, I hit search and then I hit that. And then where's the bell?
Now where you see Amazon price history, and then next to it track product, up where the gray letters are. Okay. Gotcha. So here I can track it for pricing, and that can also alert you that somebody has jumped on the listing and now lowered your price. But there is somewhere that you, at the tracking node at the bottom where it says basic, advanced, and pro, I'm wondering if it's right there. It's been a while since I've set up tracking any
Well, it says
products.
start tracking. Is that right there? So
Yeah,
you
well,
set up.
that's when you start tracking, when you want to know if Amazon is on it, if the new price by a third party seller is, at this much money, or if it's less than this much money, which can be good for yourself if you're wanting to wait for an item to drop in price to purchase it. Keepa will notify you that this has dropped. And you can track it for however long of a time. But see the bubbles at the bottom, that blue where it's the basic? What happens if you click advanced or pro?
Going to click it without showing real quick,
Okay.
because I have a feeling at some point it's going to say, "Do you want it to go to this email?"
Oh, okay.
um,
Because I feel like in here is where it tells me if another seller is on the
yeah,
listing.
yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, so if I
Oh,
click
yes,
on
offer
Pro,
count. See that right there? Offer count. So if there's a new offer count of 2 people and it's your private label item, you will now know when somebody has jumped on your listing. So this is helpful for people that are poor man private label, that are not brand registered, that don't hire a company to watch your listings. You can have Keepa do it for you.
Corn and Swamp Picker. Okay, so let's go back where I love this one.
Absolutely love this page. There is so much in Keepa, you guys. It's more than just the little graph that we see through Scoutify, and while we're searching on Amazon, we can use it to help our Amazon stores, our eBay stores, for our personal shopping use, for tracking our own private label bundles. I mean, the power of Keepa is more than people generally use it for.
Well, it just opens my eyes to a lot of different brands. Like I don't know this brand. I don't know if I should know this brand.
And
Uh,
look, this was hot stuff. I mean, when you put your mouse over it, you see how that Keepa looked. These are hot sellers, y'all, and they're out of stock. Why?
yeah, what's going on? What's this fondant about? I don't know.
And let me tell you, before COVID was a thing and supply issues were a thing, this page looked like this back then when supply issues weren't an issue. So this is not just because we're having supply chain issues.
What the heck? How do you run out of wishbone Italian dressing? That's like
Yeah,
half a
why did that
stick.
happen?
Yeah.
And this is not, Wishbone or Amazon Pantry, because we see that there's a lot of sellers off and on this listing over time.
For $31. Gee, Christmas.
And this is a great way to, like, hey, let me hop on, Walmart and see how much does Wishbone cost, or and maybe you guys, what if some of these items, like these obscure food items on there, is a private label, not private label, but a wholesale opportunity, because some of these brands are not the brands you see on Walmart. So can we possibly find this website, this company, and see, can we get, look down there, wholesale opportunities for retail spices? Was that the brand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, now did we wholesale looking for opportunities? Look, did we just find maybe we can get spices wholesale? And if we get them wholesale, we can create our own custom bundle listing. It's barbecue season. What are the 3 most popular flavors of Fairfax organic spices sold on Amazon? So now we can reverse source Keepa, where we plugged in that criteria in the beginning, choose the food category, choose only fresh jack spices, let it produce back to us the top selling fresh jack spice flavors, and we're going to take the top 3 flavors, and now we're going to create a bundle listing of the top 3 flavors of fresh jack spices. I do you see how many possibilities there are on Amazon, and using Keepa to find wholesale, to make bundles, to track our products, to flip on eBay, to monitor our products? I mean,
Boom.
I know I'm talking your head off, but this stuff is so exciting to me.
So this people did exactly that. They found probably the top 2 grilling ones. They're marketing for the Father's Day, the 4th of July, all the summer stuff going on right now. I don't know what they're getting it at, but I will be checking out this store soon. And it hasn't filled in the fees. I hate that sometimes.
Yeah. So
When
what
the
about
thing
what
has
about
it.
when Christmas time is coming up or fall or think of Thanksgiving? Oh my God, Thanksgiving is huge for food. Can we make, some Thanksgiving themed spice flavored bundles, be it like, the nutmegs and whatever people use for their, turkey and stuffing meals, what are common Thanksgiving spices that you can package? Christmas, the same kind of spices for Christmas flavors. Does a spice company sell, sugar sprinkles? Can you make cookie sugar sprinkle bundles and throw in a recipe card? Now you can create your own private label bundle with these three spices. Don't leave it open for the rest of us that now know about Fairfax to jump on your bundle. Throw in a recipe card. Throw in a recipe card that is yours and unique to you. And now you have a bundle that can be yours, that you can get ranked, that no one else can jump on. Then have Keepa track it to make sure that there's now not two sellers on it, to make sure somebody has not hijacked your listing.
Morning, Kimmy. How are you? So exactly that. Now, Fresh Jacks is on Amazon, and so I imagine they are doing a majority of these spice bundles. So if you are going to be doing a wholesale account, or you meet them at ASD or whatever trade show you're at, one of the conversations that commonly comes up is they say, well, we're already on Amazon. And the angle you can go is, well, we're going to be doing a custom bundle, and you may have to get a little bit more elaborate than just a recipe card. Maybe have a grill brush and an oven mitt or an apron, or something else going on with it to bundle up items so that they are okay with you selling on it. But some brands are open to that. They're okay as long as you're not going to compete directly with them. And some of them are fine if they are just selling single spices and you're going to do the grouping up. They're like, okay with that part too. Sometimes you have to work that out with each vendor.
I feel like I'm out of breath, y'all.
That's why I was trying to talk a little bit for you. Uh, did you want me to do anything else in here? Did we want to
No,
look?
I feel like I, did a quick Zoom quick course study on Keepa, and really this is something that people just have to take their time and go through. And you can save this video to your favorites, bookmark it if it's something that you want to be able to replay back on how to go through there and put in settings. If anyone has questions or anything they want us to look at, for the purpose of their own curiosity, we can do that. If you feel like looking at something, Lucy, go right ahead.
I'm clicking around. I got about 5 minutes until I need to jump off here. So anybody who has a question, this is Speak Now. Speak Now. We will try to get back to you as well.
Yeah, because this was a pretty jam-packed, full of information video today.
It is. I'm just looking because my mind's going to Halloween and fall already. I'm kind of done, almost just about done with summer.
I'm done with all my summer sourcing and shipping. I too am trying to gear for some fall items. You guys always want to be a couple months ahead of the next coming holiday, always.
Back to school too is kind of, but I'm in grocery. I don't know if for back to school, I'm not sure quite any grocery items, a lot of snack bars and junk like that.
So I see Kimmy says that she loves her some Keepa. Did you ever know about these settings, Kimmy, or use them before? Y'all are quiet in the chat.
They are. That's okay.
Everyone's over on Keepa is why. Like they're over on Keepa input and stuff.
All right. So it looks like you could inquire and get a quote on this coffee. Let's see here. Let me shut down some things because I got too many tabs. I got too many tabs open. Let's see here. Let's go back to this one. All right. Oh, naked stuff. It's not a bad price. You might be able to get these for, $8.99 or something at TJ Maxx.
Yeah, sometimes I see that brand there.
Setting spray. What we got? primer. That might be a good one too. What's this?
One
0.33
person in
ounces.
this community is not far from him. And if you're a swamp picker, are you in Louisiana?
That would make sense. So I'm just kind of looking at prices as I go down here for Urban Decay. This one's looking pretty good too. $30. It's a mini palette too. Let's see. What are we going for? Because he's right. Just because somebody is selling it for that price. Nope. Looks like it goes for $29 all day long.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
Somebody says they saw an IP alert on Urban Decay. Sometimes you got to click that IP alert to see if it's been confirmed or not. I've sold a lot of Urban Decay and have not had issues. In fact, I think IKEA even always has IP alert, and I always ignore it and keep selling IKEA all day.
Hey, don't tell people that.
Okay, I do. I don't sell it. I don't sell IKEA.
Baton Rouge is community coffee is about 8 miles. Nice.
So Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I have family in Louisiana, and I know that they drink, is it chock full of nuts? I think is quite popular there. That's what it's called. I've had it. I've drank that. I've had some crawfish étouffée.
I'm not a big crawfish fan, man. I don't know. Okay. So we've got lots of things that you can go look, and you can definitely get down some rabbit holes with Keepa. It's a great way to expand your knowledge, expand what brands you might be interested in, different products, different lists. Yeah, there's all sorts of good things going on. I like to do, if I see that Target is selling, or not Target, if Walmart's selling something too, I'll go put that in and see what other similar things, especially like spices and stuff, spices, seasoning, sauces, new sauces.
Yeah.
I was at Safeway the other day and I saw some Sweet Baby Ray's, and there was different flavors, and I almost stopped, but I had to focus. My kids get really mad when I do that, and I stop. Next thing you know, they've been in the store for 45 minutes. They're like, they don't want to switch.
They're patient. Yeah, and understandable. Tam, I don't get IP complaints. It maybe pops up as an IP alert, but I have never had an IP complaint in my account for it. So
yeah, I've never had an IP complaint from IKEA too, and I've sold quite a bit of IKEA. And then Squishmallows, same thing. There's only one incident that I know of that the Squishmallows were hit, and that was the Baby Yoda that came out 2 Christmases ago.
And when it's a big deal and it's real, you will know, because everybody will be screaming about it in the Facebook communities, and you'll know. So, as you're around and in the communities, you kind of know which IP complaints to ignore. And I know when you click on it, it will tell you if it was a confirmed case and on what date. Sometimes they go back to 2016, and yet people have been selling it ever since then. So you just got to click that on the IP alert.
They were asking about that in a group about Grey's Anatomy barcode pants and shirts and scrubs. And before COVID, they were trying to clean up or trying to not have third-party sellers on there. And then COVID hit, and they really have been silenced since. I think a lot of companies, they might have been in the midst of trying to do that, but a lot of companies had to cut back on departments or time, or maybe a department cut in half, and that was just not their focus. And really getting scrubs out during COVID was more important than trying to lock down their brand and trying to get sales too, because honestly, we buy a lot of their stuff. So if they lock it down and now all of a sudden they're not getting in as much sales, that's going to hurt them too. They've got to understand how big of a part of the community that we are. That's why somebody brought up the whole Amazon and there's some litigation going on about with third-party sellers and this and that. And am I worried? No, Amazon's third-party seller income is like 60+% of their business. Do I think they're going to get rid of us? No. You don't cut off your legs to save one arm. It's not
Yeah.
not going to happen. Let's see here. Cynthia says, "Do you think
About
thinking
making
in
videos on
make
wholesales or distributors. I have made one on my YouTube channel. I don't know if you're watching us on my channel or Lucy's, but I did make one on my channel, and it's finding wholesalers through an ASD site.
Mhm.
We do cover sometimes, like we just did today, really quickly. We just saw two different wholesalers by doing this,
Mhm.
and I will probably be making another one towards the end of this month. I believe it was on our list of topics to cover, wasn't it, for our June
Mhm.
challenge?
Probably, yeah. There's
Yeah.
so many ways to find wholesalers.
And
I
thank you, Natalia, for the compliment.
and the thing is that there's so many ways to find wholesalers, but it does take time and work. Just like doing this. I mean, we spent an hour and we've got some leads, but we still haven't, gone and actually gotten the item. So the next stage would be to get a test buy going, get a couple of those, try to find a wholesale supplier for those items, get them into your replen rotation, and see how they perform. And it's a lot of work. Each one of these finds, Tina and I, and that's why people don't share them with you because they take so much time and effort, and it's they're not all going to be winners. Not everything will be a winner. You'll have some where you didn't realize, but the brand is actually on there, and the brand is always going to beat you at pricing because it's from the source, and maybe you didn't catch that, and or other people will tank the price, or it will go out of season, or it will go out of style. Think how many people are selling Justin Bieber stuff right now? Nothing. It's not a good product to find, but it was at one point. So it is always a changing landscape, and you've got to be constantly feeding in new finds. And that is just a lot of work. If you do it, if a VA does it, if you buy a BOLO list, if you buy tactical arbitrage, however you're getting them, it's going to be work. There is no easy button here, folks. There's no easy button, unless if you have a lot of money to pay for the easy button. All right. I think that's all we got here for today, folks. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate you so much, and have a great day sourcing and playing with Keepa. Bye-bye.